Hi guys, I'm Richard Blaine. Thanks for stopping by my Easy Cooking channel and Easy Cooking blog tonight. I gave some serious thought as to what I wanted to make tonight, and I really didn't even have a chance to go shopping this week to even plan a menu. But once every year, I get a 10-pound bag of Vidalia onions from a farmer in Vidalia, California. And I thought to myself, what can I do with these onions? So I figured I would do an onion dish tonight. Not fried onions. Tonight I decided to do something called onion jam. Now, onion jam is very delicious, and as I was researching the recipe, I found that so many people make onion jam, but they make it sweet, like jam. And I like the flavor of onion, so I've decided to make onion jam this week, but instead of making my onion jam sweet, I'm going to make it savory. Okay, I'm going to make a garlic bourbon onion jam, and it's going to be delicious, and I know you'll love it. And as usual with YouTube, 15 minutes. Let's get going, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, naturally the first order of business, we got to sweat these onions down. This is about 6 Vidalia onions, and I'm going to add a little bit of salt, because the salt will help them lose their water, and that's what we want. We want them to lose their water. Okay? And to that, I'm going to add some black pepper. Okay. Nice, healthy amount of tri-colored pepper, freshly ground. Considering there's about 6 onions in here, I'd say about 2 tablespoons, well, about 1 tablespoon of the black pepper. There we go. Okay. Going to get these sweated down, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay guys, the onions have gotten translucent, and I'm going to move on to the next step. That's going to be to add a couple of bay leaves. Okay. Then I'm going to add some chicken stock. And to the chicken stock, even though I said I wasn't going to make a sweet onion jam, and I'm not, I'm going to add a little bit of brown sugar. The brown sugar acts as a preservative. It also acts as an alkalizer. And I'm going to cook this uncovered for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then start to add my savory spices. I'll cook this until the stock is just about gone, and the onions will begin to caramelize again. The sugar will help in the caramelizing process. The bay leaves are just the first step in the savory flavor. About 10 or 15 minutes, and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, the chicken stock is almost gone, and to this I'm going to add some garlic. Okay, some finely chopped garlic. As fine as you can get it. Okay, I'm going to put that in here now. Okay, because I want the garlic to cook and soften as the liquid reduces and as the onions begin to caramelize, to release its flavor before I move on to the next step and add any more savory herbs. Okay, so this is going to take about another 15 minutes. The consistency of the onions is almost like jam anyway, but I want that chicken stock reduced down into the onion, and I want the garlic softened. About another 15 minutes, and then we start adding the other savory flavors, and we move on making our jam. Okay guys, so the chicken stock is gone, and if you look very closely, there's a whole lot of caramelization going on in this pan. See on the side, and see right here. But the onions are still basically holding their shape. So we need to break down the cellulose a little more to get that jam-like consistency. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some freshly squeezed lemon juice. Juice of about 3 lemons. Okay? And that's going to help deglaze the pan. And all that caramelized goodness is going to end up coming off the pan and ending up in the onions. There it goes. See? All right. Take that spoon and break that brown stuff up off the pan. There we go. And into the onion jam. Okay? There we go. Oh my. There's so much of it. The citric acid in the lemon juice will help to further break down the cellulose of the onion into a more jam-like consistency. Okay? Now I know I'm not supposed to bang that because it's really noisy, but I can't help it. But it's here that I'm going to add my thyme, rosemary, and sage. Okay? Oh, it smells delicious almost instantaneously. I'm using dried. You can use fresh if you want. I just didn't have fresh rosemary, fresh thyme, and fresh sage, but dry will work. Generally, the drier herbs will impart a stronger essence in the long run. So I'm going to cook this for about 5 minutes like this, and then I'm going to add 2 of the final ingredients, and our onion jam will be done. Okay guys, so what you're looking at here, this was 6 onions, okay? This was 6 large Vidalia onions that have reduced down to about maybe a cup and a half. Yeah, about a cup and a half of jam. And look at all this caramelization going on. And we're going to take care of that too. Last ingredient I want to add as a savory is some caraway seeds. Not too much, just a pinch or two, because caraway seeds are extremely flavorful, extremely strong. And I'm going to mix that in for about a minute or two, maybe a little longer until I can smell it. And then I'm going to deglaze this pan with some bourbon. Hence, bourbon garlic savory onion jam. Okay guys, so here it is. The caraway seeds are blended in. I've got a lot of good caramelization going on in the pan. The onions are caramelized, and I'm going to pour a little bit at a time some bourbon. About a quarter of a cup of bourbon to help deglaze the pan. It might flambe, it might not. If it flambés, that's okay. There we go. That there's a quarter cup of bourbon. Okay. Now I'm going to cook the alcohol out of it and keep the flavor and rub this caramelized brown goodness off of the pan and into the onions, because that is where the flavor of this savory version of this jam is. So if you like savory, this onion jam is right up your alley. Okay guys, there it is. Onion jam. Garlic bourbon savory onion jam. Not sweet onion jam. Too many people make it sweet. This is a savory onion jam, savory caramelized. It's delicious, okay? I have a list on the blog post of how many ways you can use savory onion jam, okay? Right now, I have a really big 1-inch thick sirloin steak that I'm going to cook, and I'm going to put some of this on top of it, and it's going to be good. So hang on tight. Okay guys, so there you have it. Nice and easy, savory garlic and bourbon onion jam. Served on top of a nice thick sirloin steak, served with simple rice pilaf and some grilled shiitake mushrooms. Okay? This recipe is really easy, has a lot of uses. And if you visit my blog at www.richardblaineseasycooking.com, you'll find a list of uses for onion jam. Now, if you happen to have a use for onion jam that I don't have on my list, send me an email and I'll add it to it, and I'll let the list grow and grow and grow. But onion jam is a wonderful thing to add to your culinary endeavors. It's a wonderful thing to add to your meal times. I know you'll love it. Make this recipe, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.